Hey guys, it's Randy with KC. We are at the Gambler 500, and today we're gonna look at our favorite builds, and man, there are some awesome ones out here. We got some favorite builds over here at Gambler 500, and I got this guy, Jason, right?
This guy.
So we just got a couple of questions in regards to your build.
Yep.
Like, how long did this beautiful Miata take?
We're into it for about 3 years right now.
Yeah.
Total.
I mean, it takes time for perfection, right? 3 years total, and it takes time for perfection. Is that right,
look
Jason?
at this. I'm 45, and it took me 45 years to make perfection.
Cool. So then, how much did it cost for you? I mean, you don't have to give us just random numbers.
I'm gonna say I'm roughly into it 28,000.
That's beautiful. I'd spend $28,000 on that. So one last question for you. What part has broken the most?
The motor has never been right, so it's a fully broken motor. It overheats all the time. I have not gotten a chance to really get on this yet. Today will be, I plan on blowing up the motor. Yeah.
So, but it's a V8 from a Silverado, right?
It is.
Like, what year was it?
05. Yeah, 05 Silverado with 199,000 miles on it.
We found another Miata. What is your name, sir?
I'm Dylan Fole, AKA the Miata Madman from Denver, Colorado.
This beast, I mean, you guys are obviously like Mitchy-matchy with Jason. I'm assuming you guys are friends.
Yep.
So, talk about this. Like, how long did this build take?
So, I've been working on it for 2 years. 2 years ago, I saw it running at the Colorado Gambler 500, and I just thought it was the coolest thing.
Right.
The next day, it was for sale on Facebook, and I just had to have it. So, it's been a work in progress ever since. It had the lift kit already on it, but I turboed it, I painted it, I've added the spare tires, I did the bash bar. So it's a mix of bought and built.
Got you, but how long did it take?
2 years.
2 years, nice, right on. So then, besides that, what is the cost of doing this beauty?
The cost, I bought the car for $4,000, and I've put another probably 13 grand into it.
Right on.
The turbo was the biggest project, but it made it a completely different vehicle. Like it's an insane beast right now.
That is so cool.
And I'd love to give you a ride if you want later,
Oh yeah, absolutely, thank you. $13,000 to me is just like, oh, it's part of your hobby, right? So it's just like, it's a wash,
well,
it's fine.
The problem is, it's like a little bit all at once, or it just keeps adding up. Like, oh, I need this part, oh, I need this part. And then pretty soon, like 10 $300 parts starts adding up.
Nice. So what has been broken the most on this thing?
Literally everything.
Everything?
Everything except the door handles still work. That's about the only thing I haven't broken. I've broken the control arms. I've smashed in the entire front end. That's why I had to build this bash bar. I broke the windshield because I hit a jump and the airbag blew up and it shattered the windshield. I've broken pretty much all the control arms. When you take a Miata on a motocross track, it tends to, even as sturdy as it is, it does break.
Wow, so you obviously send this thing.
I have been known as the send it guy in the past.
So we're probably gonna see that later then.
I don't think there's any jumps here, but we'll definitely send it around the track as much as we can.
Hopefully you don't break anything.
I'm 1,200 miles from home, so I really hope I don't break it.
Nice, right on, brother. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. I just found a three-wheel beast. And the owner, what's your name, sir?
Chad.
So this three-wheel monster, how long did it take for you to build this?
About 8 months to actually, so the original engine, Reliant Robin, it was completely stock, fully original, and it took 4 months to get it together and actually running. And I drove it for the first year I had it gambling, and I blew a radiator and like some other, starter twice. And Reliant's parts are really hard to get in the United States.
I can imagine, yeah.
So I came up with the idea to convert it to a Volkswagen. So now it's got a Volkswagen Type 1 rear end engine, and that took about 8 months to put together.
Yeah, I remember seeing this like in Moab a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So, loved it. He was running around with Jeeps.
Yes.
Rock crawling in this thing. It's so awesome.
I was out behind the Rocks Trail that 21 Easter Jeep Safari.
That's so cool.
22, I took it out on Steel Bender.
Steel bender, guys. Steel bender. Crazy. That's so awesome. Right on. So, how much did you put into this already?
So the original car was 200 bucks, and then the body parts and stuff that I got for the original Reliant stuff was free. I just had to go get it out of New York City. So I drove from Boise to New York City to pick it up and brought it home, and then drove it, put it together, drove it the first year, and then the Volkswagen hand chassis engine and everything was $1,236 because that was all the money my buddy and I had on us to buy it.
Right on. So it's basically some gas money, some little bit of change here and there between you and your buddy. Maybe a couple of beers and whiskey or something.
There was definitely a few shots of whiskey involved.
It's beautiful. I love it. So what has broken the most on this thing?
The body.
The body?
Oh yeah, and the
Wow.
starters. I eat starters like nobody's business. I don't know why. So one of the nicknames for Reliant Robins in Britain is the plastic pig, because the body's all fiberglass,
Wow.
and so they're called the plastic pig. So I came up with Pegasus because it was like it was going into a dumpster, and I pulled it out of the dumpster and put it together.
Awesome job on it.
Thanks.
Thank you. Hey guys, it's Randy here, and I found this 99 Accord, and this is a new owner.
I'm Ben.
So how long did this build take?
Only a few months. Started working on it in January and is kind of on and off since then, so not too long.
That is so crazy. And this is on its original chassis?
Yeah, original chassis. Just a 3-inch lift, bigger tires, and a few little minor upgrades here and there.
Nice. So what's the cost of doing this?
Some of those parts were like left over, and we pretty much just paid bottom dollar for everything. I haven't really like added it up, but it's not that expensive.
Really? These beautiful tires?
The tire, they're like a couple $100 each, but
Cool.
yeah. We had some spare ones from a previous project that we originally used, and then we lost one. They're like 25 years old. They're not the most robust, but we did some test runs and it kind of failed. So we're like, yeah, new tires is probably a good idea. That's actually the most expensive thing on the car, the new tires.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So what has broken the most on this Accord?
Probably the old tires. That's why we replaced them. Also, we lost a radius rod that kind of exploded. That was not ideal. And the winch broke. But besides that, everything else has been solid, like surprisingly so.
Wow, that is so awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that quick info on your build.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
brother.
Yeah.
I just found Bryce, who's the owner of the Golden Sadies, right?
Yep.
So we kind of know who you are, obviously,
Yeah, a
right?
little
So we wanted to feature like our favorite builds, and obviously yours is one of our favorite builds for the Gambler 500. So a couple of questions for you. How long did this take?
We started the car in the end of 2020 as a wrecked stock Mercedes. So we've been building it for about 1.5 years.
Nice, right on. And you wrenched on it and you fabricated it.
Yeah, I've
right?
done all the work to it.
Awesome, dude, awesome. So what did it cost to get to where it's at right now?
I think we're roughly about $3,000 into it, but sponsors have helped out with most of the build.
Nice, it's
including,
looking good.
Yeah, including the price of the car.
Yeah.
So.
And everybody knows that you could rip around in this thing. It's crazy, insane. It's awesome though. And what have you broken the most on this?
I tear motor mounts all the time.
Ooh.
I'm always destroying motor mounts.
Yeah, I believe it, because you could do wheelies on on this Gold Sadies, right?
Yeah, we jump it quite a bit, and that's what tears the motor mounts.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen it being sent. It's insane. Insane, dude, insane. Right on, dude. Appreciate it.
Yep.
We'll be seeing you around.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Tyler Merrill. So this is a 1958 Plymouth Savoy. If you were really old like me, the killer car Christine was a Plymouth Fury. This is the base model of that car.
Wow.
And the body is perched on a 3/4 ton Dodge heavy duty frame. So it's got the heavier axles, but it's still the lighter frame. So it's a little softer ride. So.
Dude, awesome mashup of it though.
Yeah.
So, how long did it take you to do this build?
To get it to this point, it's about 2.5 years. So the first time was about 1 year ago, and then I hated how I did it, so I had to completely redo it again. So it took me another year to fix that. So.
I mean, it looks good. I mean, obviously it's from a dually, but it's so rad, dude.
Yeah, it turned out real good. I'm very happy with it. So
That's super cool. How much did it cost you roughly?
if my wife's watching, it was like around a couple $100.
Nice.
If she's not, 20 grand-ish.
But it's a hobby, right? That's
Yeah.
that's what I tell myself. Right on. So, what has broken the most on this thing?
The hardest thing that I had problems with on the first go-around was the cooling system. It wouldn't keep cool. This go-around, I'm just getting the fuel system dialed in, but other than that, it's been flawless. So.
Right on, dude. Thank you for your time, Tyler.
Yeah.
Appreciate what you do.
Thank you, guys.
All right. This thing right here. And the owner, what's your name?
Jason.
So, how long did it take to make this build?
I had a friend do it. Took him about 4 months. Got it done right before OG a couple years ago, and yeah.
Dude, that's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I
straightforward.
told him I wanted it done, and he got it done. So
Nice. So, is the chassis the same or?
yeah, it's the same frame. It just built off of it. It's got airbags all the way around. Yeah.
It looks so good. It looks so good. Huh. So, how much did you get into it as far as cost?
All together,
Yeah.
it's probably got about 15,000 into it.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's still more.
Looks good though, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
It's well done.
It gets a lot of looks.
Right on. So, what has been broken on it, if any?
Nothing. Oh, one airbag. One
One
airbag blew out
One airbag.
when I was driving. Yeah, and it was on 3 wheels. So.
like, woo!
But it made it. It made it all the way back home, and I fixed it. Yeah. Now
Really?
I have one on board, so I can just plop it in there real quick.
That's sick,
Get
dude.
back on the trail.
Nice. So, does it have a coffin in the back?
It does, but not right now. I usually put it on top. We had a friend that rode all the way from Portland to Gambler a couple years back, up on top the whole way.
Up on top
Yep.
in a coffin.
Matt Payne, yep.
What?
Crazy boy from Oklahoma.
That is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So, this must be a hit like for Halloween or anything, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, I get people renting it out all the time. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That is so awesome, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Right on. Thanks, Jason, for your
Yeah.
time. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, too.
So if you like what you saw today, make sure you like and subscribe. That's gonna help us a ton. And remember to adventure further.